time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pull out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Check, 59.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz, he's going to fire one deep over the middle. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gained?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder, what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Given 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too.
Know your job.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this inside of Philly's 20 before being taken down. A first down and then some. 36 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time. Or what? Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They do go for it. It's Wentz. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
1st down, a run with Cohen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them,
oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
We gonna shut y'all down.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's Clinton Dix with a pick.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Trubisky to throw. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. No. Off. Hey, empty.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
I got you. What?
On 3rd down, this is Howard. Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over, and now you get the second half to play.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10.
Let him know.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals. The combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Trubisky completes it to the tight end, Burton. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, 75 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. Up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. But he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on it and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Strong right.
Now Wentz. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, 59 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good with a PAT. And we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away.
The Bears take over for
Let's go!
at their own 25-yard line.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the shotgun is Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky looking deep for Gabriel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Play action. Now Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
The Bears take over first
All day,
and
baby,
10
all day.
at their own 25-yard line.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to the air, Trubisky after the pick-6. Connecting with Burton here over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky, eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Point after, up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go, Pac-Man. Blue 80!
Check 59. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Hey, alert 3.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wentz. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And that goes as a gain of 37 on third down.
Let's find two. Let's find two.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Out, 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 out.
Out of the gun, this is Howard. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I'd have to say that's a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only gave up a first down and not a touchdown.
On the ground with a tight end. And he's in. Front Eagles touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Elliott good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Bears take over.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cohen. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now you got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now Trubisky to throw. And he's got Miller. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Complete to Anthony Miller. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Let's go, boys, bring it up.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check 9, check 9. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 24, check 24.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Loss on the play. It's 3rd
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Bring it. Bring it.
Here's Trubisky. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game 24-24.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
Their own 26-yard line.
Go. Mulaney! Check, 59. We don't want this. Kill.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Right here.
To throw is Wentz. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
74.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Working from the gun. Wentz out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And Jeffrey's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Wentz. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Decision time now on 4th and about 1.5 yards.
I can still hear my high school coach, John Ford, right now. I want my number 1 play with my number 1 runner over my number 1 blocker. Get me the first down. But some may very well say, punt this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Khalil Mack. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trubisky gives to Cohen. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
They keep it with Davis on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53. Here we go.
On 2nd down now. It's Cohen. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here, and just what you were talking about.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm giving it so. I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. They burst off the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Mike is 59. Mike,
On first down, Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Nelson Aguilar. A gain of 14. First down, Philadelphia.
Here we go. 280. Great. I'm coming.
Wentz now on first down. And he's got it complete to Darren Sproles. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Watch the curl.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now Wentz on third down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of one. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play.
And they're going to bring him down back across midfield at the 45. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Finding Gabriel complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Trubisky to Gabriel there for Bears first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Here's Davis now. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
It's now third down.
Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4".
Red, up.
Not today, you are.
Now Trubisky on third and long. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And how about this? Fourth and long, and they're going to go for it.
We want it. Come to Mo. Alert. Lucky.
Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
At their own 7-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Sproles. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now it's Sproles. Skirts by him at the 35.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Here we go. He's coming.
They'll run it with Sproles. Sproles lost the football, but I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, fighting his way into the backfield. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Bears take over.
Here we go.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Let's go, baby.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Here's Trubisky, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. But now it's third down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
A 44-yard attempt.
And Elliott puts this one through. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on fourth down. From the left hash, this from 39. The kick by Elliott is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before half. But very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a...
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Trubisky gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Howard. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Khalil Mack, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
A 51-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now, 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and is coming to the game, so you can see an old-school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is Cohen, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Now Trubisky. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. 2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start out on the ground with Sproles. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Safety creeping.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Again, they'll run it. Again, it's Sproles. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Go, ain't running.
Howard has the first down and then some. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard, 43 yards. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Watch the slant.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, 47 yards. And the Bears get a bit closer. Extra point safely through, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Bears take over.
Come on, fellas.
At their own 25-yard line.
Get up! 180!
Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go. Here we go.
On first down, Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Howard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
I'm going to run you over.
Kill, kill, kill.
They go with Howard again. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Okay, baby, let's go.
10 more there and another first down.
He's checking crack.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime,
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I got it come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Vibe, is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wheel. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Million beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coupes. Repeatedly most valuable, they sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few, can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Million beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Marr now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Go. 120! 48 right now. Let's go. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Watch 54. Danny.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, 60 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Prescott to throw it. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. And from the 25, they work. Stop, and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Watch the whip.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott rolling to his right. Going right side. He has Witten. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 6 there on first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing again on second down. Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 85 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, 75 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
To throw again on second down. Wentz, and that'll be incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Here we go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
47. Here we go, 46.
After the sack on first down, Prescott. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play here for Dallas. 48 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
He's checking. Crash. 26.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Two straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly
pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Throw right side. Taken in by Gallup. 7 yards. The pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Prescott now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Sproles. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. On the toss play, Howard. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Looking to throw. Prescott. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he'll have his man. That's Cooper.
Let's go.
A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A throw over the middle taken in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 30 yards. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Randall Cobb with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Room past the 20 as they'll finally stop him at the 23-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give to Elliott. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Blue Dan. Blue Dan. Mike's 54. Here we go. 46. Come off the ball hard. 26.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Okay, Brady, I see you.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Sproles. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. This is caught by Jackson. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. 23 yards on the play.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? Right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. Wentz now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Anthony Brown there on the tackle. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. They run a draw here on second down. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
At their own 20-yard line.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott rolling to his left. Pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On second down, Prescott again. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski. And now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
That one a first down pickup of 8. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. SOS.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They come out here in the eye. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They toss left to Howard. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a fourth down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
At their own 20-yard line.
Right there. 54 Mike. Strip the ball. Strip it.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Running with Howard, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as he'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Howard, and he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. They've been stopped twice at the 1. Can they finally break through on 3rd and goal? So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast, so I asked a few of my horse